It is a great joy and honor to come into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. This is Emmanuel Mensah, a co-founder of the Eagle Mentality Group. At the Eagle Mentality Group, we teach and propagate information about the power of thought, universal laws and principles, and how these laws and our thinking comes together to create our realities. All human beings, regardless, individually or collectively, are creating their own life experiences, realities. Nothing is done to you, and no one creates anything for you, but you create your life yourself. For you are a God. You are created in the image and the likeness of God. And by the fact that you are an individualization of God, you are given the free will, the right of choice. And so your choices in thinking and with the laws in the universe, you create your reality. If any power outside you is to have the power and an ability to do something to you, then you become a victim. And in that case, you lose your right of choice, your free will. And therefore, this is the time that we've got to be awakened to this and take responsibility and accountability for our own choices in terms of thinking. And if we begin to think rightly, we will get the right results. As a matter of fact, in religious terms, we talk of righteousness. Who is a righteous person? A righteous person is not the one that goes to church or goes to the mosque or goes to the shrine. No, the righteous person is the one that thinks rightly. And whoever thinks rightly is in tune with God. And so for you to be a righteous person, you must think rightly. And that is to think in alignment with the God that is within you. And so today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, there is an infinite intelligence within you. I repeat, there is an infinite intelligence within you. But before we go on, I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. And let us team up to circulate this message and bring the message of empowerment, enlightenment into our homes, our communities, our societies, our streets and towns. You see, and if you have already subscribed, we just want to appreciate you and say, let us keep on doing the good work by circulating, listening, and circulating this message. And so today, the topic is there is an infinite intelligence within you. But today, I just want to make a little appeal to anyone listening to me, to the whole world. You are a human being, and you just have to ask yourself, God has given you a mind. Why did God give you a mind? God gave you a mind for you to use it. And if God has given you the mind to use it, the purpose of the mind is to perform analysis. And if you perform the right analysis, you will discover the right thing. If God doesn't want you to use your mind to perform analysis, He would have created you without a mind. The fact that you have a mind means that you are supposed to use it rightly and to the highest level. That is a fact. And therefore, I just want you to sit down and then put any of your whatever religious background or whatever view, beliefs, whatever you hold, put it aside a little bit and ask yourself a few questions. Who controls your blood flow? Who controls or regulates the amount of water that you need in your body? Who regulates your digestion, your body secretion, everything in your body, your growth, your sleeping and awakening, everything? Who does that? Now, on top of that question, ask yourself, is there any cable linking you to any transformer or any device that is performing these things for you? There is none. Ever since you were conceived in your mother's womb, even at that stage as a clot of blood, you started performing these functions until you grew your body parts and became a human being. Then you came out of your mother's womb. Even as little as that baby, you perform your own functions. Your mother didn't take you to school to learn how to poo. Your parents didn't take you to school to learn how to, vomit. Your parents didn't take you to school to learn how to breathe, how to smile. All these things, you did it instinctively, and you are still doing it. What is causing that, you see? And so every human being, there is a center in you, and that center is the infinite intelligence. That is God. That is God in you. And so we are saying that God individualized himself. God is spirit, energy, however you want to call it. And it is this energy that individualized itself into you, or himself into you, but with a unique identity and personality, but still within the body of it. So you are a smaller God in a larger God, but you are not different from the larger God. Therefore, you are part of it. Look at this thing from the Venn diagram thing that we learned in the secondary school. The subset is part of the universal set. So that is how it is. And so you are within God. Every quality in God is in you, because you are God himself. And this God is the one that is in you. That is not doing all this complex thing that even up to a point that scientific study don't even understand some of our functions. Up till now, no scientific research has been able to come out to tell us that they have seen the human mind, that they have seen the thought of a human being, whether it is blue, it is red, it is green, it is rectangular shape. No one has been able to do that. But this thing is happening in you. That is the infinite intelligence in you, and that is God himself in you. This is what Jesus Christ, at his level of understanding and knowledge, declared that the Father within me, the Father within me, the Father, the same Father is within you, is within me, is within all of us. You see, so this is the aspect of the human system that is controlling everything. But this God in you does not perform analysis, but it takes your command by the choice of your thoughts and your beliefs as it is. And so when you think positive thoughts and you are happy, you are joyous, and you feel good, the God in you takes it and replicates the same situation in your life as your life experiences near and future. If your line of thinking is negative, that is covered in fear, worry, anxiety, and this same presence does not do analysis. You take it as your command and reproduces back to you. This is how we create our realities. And this is your own self that is doing it. Because you are a God, there is God in you. That God is working through you. You see. And so even in the Bible, there are a couple of references making to that. St. Paul actually made this that clearly, that it is God in you. It is God who worketh in you, both to will and to do, for his own good pleasure. You see, it is God in you who worketh in you, both to do both his who worketh in you to do both his will, for his own good pleasure. You see, and so this is as simple as 1 + 1, as ABC. You are a God. God is passing through you. And it is God that is maintaining your body, everything. You impede the work of God when you think negatively. That is when you introduce sin. You reintroduce sin into your body. Negativity, negative thought is what the Bible calls sin. Then you allow God to work through you when you introduce positivity. That is when right thinking, that is what we call holiness. So these two things are your choices, and whatever choice that you make, God will reflect it back to you. But it doesn't mean that God is blessing you or God is cursing you. God doesn't curse us. God doesn't, punish us. But we create it. We co-create our life circumstances with him. You see, and so this is how you are. You are a very beautiful and wonderful being on earth here as a God who is co-creating his own life experiences with the Almighty God, universal God. That God in you is infinite intelligent. It knows everything. And that is why this infinite intelligence is able to do commands, activities that are can be done in a split second. Some scientific experts are sometimes lost track about how human body regulates and do some of these things. You see, and so you have to become awakened to the fact that you are not an object passing through here, and also you are not a victim on earth here. You are born and created in the image and likeness of God as an incarnation of God with a free will. And if someone is to do something to you, if the devil has the power to do something to you, then you become a victim of the devil's activity. In that case, you cannot express your free will. So that aspect is never true. You are creating your life. And if you understand this, and you take control of your thinking, and you begin to organize your life as a creator, but you create your life deliberately, we will co-create a life that is beautiful, that is befitting the God that is in us. You see? And so it is God in you who worketh to do all his good, to do whatever he wants to do. He works through you to do whatever he wants to do, you see. And so that statement made by St. Paul is a very powerful one. And if you are a Christian, you can look for it and think over it. It is God who works in you, both to will and to do for his own good pleasure. It is God who does everything for you to poo, for you to fart, for you to smile, for you to sleep, for you to do anything. It is God who initiated. It is God in you working through you. And so when it comes to our life challenges that we face, if you are in any situation and you appear before any human being, be it a spiritualist or a medical doctor, they are not doing anything than trying to access or to bring your mind to this center of you. And so when you appear before a medical doctor, they suggest a medication to you. The medication doesn't heal you. The medication only controls the infections, but your healing is done by the immune system. That is the intelligence in you. It regulates every aspect of your body and makes sure that everything is done perfectly. So if you don't introduce negative thinking, negative thoughts, and you put your mind in its restful state, thinking of only positivity, your recovery becomes so quick. And so they tell you, don't worry yourself, you don't have to do it, you don't have to do it. Why? They want you to be in a state of mind that you'll be connected to your own self. The healing is done by you. In the same way, if you appear before a pastor, a bishop, a man of God, whatever title, the titles are so many, you say, no man has ever healed another person. Even in the days of Jesus Christ never healed anyone, but he led them to that center, and by their faith, they healed themselves. That is why Jesus Christ told those men that, go, and it is done unto you according to your faith. If Jesus Christ actually healed people, if it is the mere presence of Jesus Christ that was doing the healing, then everyone in his age that were in his wherever he has visited should have received their healing. But it is on record that even in his own hometown, he couldn't perform any miracle. Why? They didn't believe in him. And so the belief factor, it is the belief factor that does that. And the belief activates the God in you, the Father within you, the Father that Jesus Christ referred to as the Father within me. You see, so if you sit down and look at all these things, any man of God that people claim that they have performed miracles, they didn't perform any miracle other than getting the people to come to a state that they believe in whatever they are being suggested to, and the God in them performed the miracle. So it was done by themselves. You see, that is a fact. You are the one doing it because you are a God. And if someone has to lead you, you can actually take it upon yourself. And it is all about controlling your line of thinking and being in a positive, in a constructive, be in the holy land. And if you walk in the holy land, you will always find your life in a prosperous and a beautiful way. You see, and so all these things that we are doing, we are actually putting ourselves in a certain kind of bondage. But we can liberate ourselves when we become awakened to this truth. There is an infinite intelligence moving through you and through all things. And this infinite intelligence is God Himself, the Father within all of us. Let us turn our attention to this Father. If we discover the Father within us on earth, within us, we will discover the God outside us, because it is the same God. That is the truth. And so, as I've always been doing, I want to relate it to Africa. Africans are paralyzed. Africans are poor. Africa is underdeveloped. Not because of anything, but because of our lack of understanding of what I'm talking about. And as a matter of fact, in Africa, I know most people, especially those who knew me as a Christian, will find it difficult to even hear this from me. But as a matter of fact, it's the truth. God is real, that God is in you. And you must look for that God in you, but not outside. But we are looking for God outside. And therefore, the African has never been able to do anything meaningful. We have never been able to do anything meaningful because we don't know how to connect to the God within us. The presence, the infinite intelligence that is animating us is the same presence that we need to do any other things. Every idea, every invention, everything that you need. If you connect to this God within you, but not the God outside you, you will find it faster and even beautiful, you said. And so it is time for us to become awakened to this fact. We are all born and created equal. And we have access to the same power. We carry the same power. But the only difference will be, or the only difference is that those who have the ability and understanding to connect to their indwelling powers, they will do wonders. And those who do not will be paralyzed. And that is where we are. So let us wake up. Let us rise up. Just do basic analysis. And you will liberate yourself from all these kind of things that we are going through. Who controls your sleeping? Who causes you to sleep and who causes you to wake up? Who controls all the functions in your body? There is no cable linking you to anyone or any gadget outside. There is nothing, but you live and exist as a self-contained individual with all your functioning performing since day one, the day you were conceived till today. It is when this present decides to move, to turn its attention away from this physical realm, then we say you've moved on. But that is not the end of you. The move on or the transition of a human being is not the end of life. You see, so we are powerful. And I just want to appeal to all of us. We are powerful. Let us begin. Let us rise up and look into ourselves and let us leave all these things that we are doing. If you are a Christian, the Bible categorically states it that you are the temple of God. If you are the temple of God, God is in you. Therefore, you cannot find God anywhere. If you are praying to God in the skies, then you are praying amiss. But you must pray to the God within you. That is why in one of my episodes I said, when you pray to yourself. God is in you. There is an infinite presence. There is an infinite intelligence that is working through you. And I love that statement by St. Paul, that it is God that is working through you. You see, it is God who works through you to do all things, you see. And if you take the understanding that you are a God, and therefore the only thing you have to do here is to guide your thinking and co-create with this infinite intelligence within you, you will live and live as a prosperous and a successful person. That is my message for you. We can be and do and have anything in this world, but it is on the condition that we'll be awakened to the powers that we have. We have a free will to create, and a free will holder cannot be a victim to any other person's actions. Therefore, let us free our mind from this victimhood mentality and let us liberate ourselves and take accountability and responsibility of our choices, of how we are thinking. Always use your emotions as your guide. Your emotions informs you what you are creating. You know how you are feeling. You are the only person that knows how you are feeling with regards to what you are thinking. And if you are wise enough to know that, your emotions or your feelings are more or less an indication. And therefore, any emotion that makes you feel bad is like you placing your hand on a hot surface. You will take your hand off immediately. You will take your mind off immediately and begin to think of something different. That is the truth. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, before I sign off, I just want to take this opportunity to appeal to you once again. Please click the subscribe button. Also, share this message and let us liberate ourselves and create a world, particularly an Africa, that has taken its rightful place in the universe, becoming the beacon of hope, the beacon of light, happiness and joy, beautiful things descending into our cities and our towns from the minds of Africans. That's become the leading edge of the African evolution. Thank you, and God bless you.